káwọ̀ ìkáfẹ́ ọ̀páàtì ìforúkọ rẹ̀ ó ṣe olúwa wa ní orúkọ Jésù Kristi olúwa wa.
Bàbá tẹ́ kó àbáwá ní olúwa. Pàtẹ́wẹ̀ amúra gidi. Gẹ́gẹ́ bí ètò kan múlẹ̀ alọ́ lórí the next okay, most of you going to move, you know. Ètò kan only ọ̀rọ̀ ṣáájú láti okay. All right, good. All right. Gẹ́gẹ́ bí òkìsẹ́kìtì sọ fún mi níbẹ̀ afẹ́ ìkókù bẹ́ẹ̀ ni pé afẹ́ sọ nípa Ekiti Kete who we are and àwọn ọ̀gá wa tó máa ṣáájú wa bàbá wa tó máa ṣáájú wa nínú ọ̀rọ̀ yìí ni Dr. Lana ẹ bá pàtẹ́wọ́ fún wọn.
Good evening, everyone. Please, you can pay attention to the screen. I just want to run through what we discussed at our last meeting in October, because some people have been asking questions as to the purpose of the association and some other things. You can go to the next one. So, for Ekiti Kete in Manitoba, it's meant for people of Ekiti descent, that is from Ekiti State. And what we agreed is that we will be a non-profit organization that will promote cultural awareness of Ekiti and also promote friendship and cooperation between us that are from Ekiti here and other groups that are in Manitoba or Canada. And our hope is that we will support one another to foster economic, social and cultural development of the people of Ekiti State as a whole and the society we live in. And we believe that we want to be a medium to support individual members. And we identified some examples during the meeting that we need to start offering help to one another about, for example, sharing about job and business opportunities that are available. Because sometimes people come into Canada and some people will tell them that they cannot make it, they cannot go into their profession. We don't want that kind of talk in our midst. We have not come here for a lesser life. We have come for a better life. And each and every one of us will reach our dream position in Jesus' name. Please stay on that one. Then we also identify that sometimes people are in need, or whether they are celebrating, we should be there with them. So we should be seeking the good welfare of one another in this land. And for those of us who sponsor people to come into Canada, we also want to be in a position to support people who are just coming in. And I'm sure from the experience that each and every one of us may have had in the past, there are people that you are grateful for that they were there for you when you came in. So we also want to be there for any person from Ekiti State that is coming into Manitoba so that we can offer the help that they need to be able to settle faster. We will promote our culture, and that's why you've been listening to music from Ekiti. And we hope that in the future we'll be part of a festival to promote it also. And some of us also believe we have to be engaged in social activities like what we are here to do. We are celebrating the fact that we have come to the end of the year and we are grateful to God for being alive and well. And some people want to also experiment with camping. And the joke I tell I would say the Caucasians is that I've come from a place, I don't want to go into a bush where there's no proper toilets. I'm okay where I am. So camping for some of us, no way. Reverend Adebi is laughing. When I was growing up, I don't know whether you lived in a place where they carried the latrine. So tell Agbepo, you have to go and dig in the bush and carry your own safe over there to go and pour. I've gone through all of that. So I don't want to go through it again here. And we hope that as Ekiti is here, we'll speak with one voice and there will be unity in our midst. So we also hope that we will be able to influence the government of Ekiti for the good of the people. So if the government, if there are ideas that we have that we'd like to share with the government, we will share it as a group. If the government is doing well, we will congratulate them. If they are not doing well, we will offer constructive criticism. But it's not enough for us to say all of that. We will be willing to contribute to the development of the state. So these are the things that the executives will work on, and so that we can be of help to other people who are still in the Ekiti state at this point, because we cannot bring everybody to Winnipeg. So some of the objectives we agreed upon is as follows: that we will cherish, uphold, and project the honor and dignity of Ekiti state culture, language, and tradition worldwide, which simply means you should never be ashamed of who you are. Even if anybody tells you you have accent, tell them they also have accent. We all have it. There's nothing in your culture that you should be ashamed about. Even when you dress, some of them will say you're wearing costume. I said, no, there's not like costume. I'm not acting a play. So, and if you speak the language, fine. Some of us didn't have the benefit. We never really lived there. And to also foster friendship and cooperation amongst us in here. We don't want a situation whereby there will be splits and there will be fights in our midst. We want to be friends and we want to cooperate with one another. Next. And the third one is very important, that this organization will be non-partisan. So we don't want to hear APC, PDP, no, we're Ekiti. Parties will come and parties will go. We will not get ourselves into that one. I will not fight you because you're APC or I'm a PDP or whatever you are. We will not do that. So we will not be promoting political messages. That's what we're talking about, and it will not be an issue for us. Non-religious is also recognizing the fact that there are Muslims in our midst and there are Christians in our midst and there are people who say they don't even believe in God. So we are not going to push any religion over the other one. And fourthly, we want to undertake projects that will foster social, cultural, and economic development partnerships between Ekiti State, community diaspora, and the community at large. So within us, if there are people who are desirous of that, we will patronize them, we will support them, and we show the way forward. So one of the activities we identified at that meeting is that when we are supporting newcomers, if the executive is aware, on the day they are arriving, as much as possible, we want to be there with them to welcome them into the place that they have chosen. Secondly, when they arrive, we will introduce them to Nigerian professionals in Manitoba, because they will need to start thinking about getting a job and how they can get into their profession, as well as if they want to start business, how do they want to start it so that their integration will be smooth. And sometimes we do it one-on-one. Cultural dinner nights, just like today, we are just going to have dinner and we are going to dance to our music and so on like that. We'll arrange that. Then we will work collaboratively with Egbomo Yoruba, because we are all Yorubas. And with the Nigerian Association of Manitoba, that is the umbrella body, we will also participate in the activities like their picnic and the National Day celebration. Then at that meeting, we discussed the possibility in the future of engaging in activities that will be beneficial to people in Ekiti State. So the examples we had during the meeting had to do with if you are supporting people in terms of tuition fees, or you are helping tradespeople to, after their freedom, to be able to start on their own. And the other one has to do with health supplies for primary health centers. If you are from Ekiti, like me, the reason why I put outside state capital is that Ekiti has enough. Let us look for those that were not on the list of the Ekiti towns that were listed. I think they will need more health supplies than Ekiti. That's all. Our hope is that we'll meet quarterly. And lastly, these are your executives. Mr. President, do you want to stand up, sir? Stephen Adewumi is the president of the Caretaker Executive right now. Bumi Aregbesola, has he stepped up now? He is the vice president. And I think, where is Ayo? Olaleye is the general secretary, he's running around. Reverend Davis Adebiyi, can you stand to be recognized? He's the treasurer. And Sister Buki Adebiyi, not be wife, is the social secretary. Interestingly, we have a husband and wife on the team. Sister Yemisi, can you stand? She is the financial secretary. And Brother Tolu, where is he now? Oh, he's gone out. He's the public secretary. That is all for now. Thank you.
Hallelujah.
Ekiti, Ekiti, Ekiti nule mi, Ekiti ni mo ti a o ma mo ye dìde ká jókè. Ekiti, Ekiti, Ekiti nule mi, Ekiti ni mo ti a o ma mo ye. Gbogbo yẹn mọ̀ nǹkan tí mò ń kọ. Jọ̀ọ́ ọmọ amòye káwọn gbà wá látọ̀ wá láti ilé Èkìtì orí wa pé dáadáa. We are intellectuals, we are wonderful people. Àmọ̀kọ́ tá à ń ṣe wa ní professors àní doctors. Ara wa pé dáadáa, so tó bá ti ń kọrin ẹ jẹ́ ká máa fi jó sí. Ekiti, Ekiti, Ekiti nule mi, Ekiti nu àti wá o máa mòye óyá o. Ekiti nule mi, Ekiti ni àti wá o máa mòye. Ẹ ṣe gan, ẹ lè jókòó. Gbogbo ojú tí mò ń wò yìí, ó kún régé, ó ṣe ó mẹ́wàá púpọ̀. Kódà kárí ẹ̀rọ ń ta ká má mọ̀ra wa lẹ́yìn ọjọ́ ìní.